Call. CNN law enforcement analyst and author Matthew Horace joins me now. Matthew, thank you so much for being with me. This book, The Call, it actually is an acronym. It stands for character, accountability, love, and leadership. Before we get to all of those things and the importance of teaching young men about that, tell me, what about the social climate we live in right now prompted you to write this book?
Well, you know, I am a co-author in the project with Dr. Tawana Freeman and 16 other amazing co-authors. And, you know, she put out a call to black authors to help do something to help inspire and motivate young people, both black and white, and of all races. So this was an easy choice for me, Lynn.
And you say that it's because there needs to be a change in policing and also in the community. So if there were three things that you would hope a young person reading this book or a parent reading this book would take away, what would they be?
Well, I think, one, not to get caught up in the white noise, the chaos, and the crisis of the moment. We're in possibly the largest civil rights struggle since the 1960s, and our young people have to understand that there is a way, they can make it, and they will make it. Number two, they have to be a part of the solution and not a part of the problem. They have to understand how to interact police, and police have to understand how to interact with them. And number three, that term that I've coined, Coptics, the optics of policing in the digital age. We all have to get on board with this 24-hour news cycle where everyone is armed with a camera.
Well, when you say that, is that on the police to act differently? If you would ask many police officers, you yourself, you've been in situations where you act in a split second, and so oftentimes they've said, well, isn't there training to deal with that?
Well, there is, but I think what has happened is this whole digital divide has created a broader chasm because universally we haven't gotten used to the idea that we are behind the story and not ahead of the story. If you look at Charlotte, if you look at Tulsa and other areas, what does the crowd have? iPhones, cell phones, they're videoing everything, and now we have to get adjusted. The Coptics of it, the optics are such that we have to change the way we do things. You know, Lynn, the definition of insanity is doing the same thing and expecting a different result.
And that's for the responsibility of the police out there policing these communities. What about the communities themselves? What do young people in these communities need to do?
Well, several things. And, you know, with Noble and the 100 Black Men, we make it very clear. We try to teach our young people, when you're stopped by the police, you need to do certain things. You need to follow instructions. You need to pay attention. You need to not do things that are going to sort of cite or give the impression that you're not complying. If you have an issue with the police officer or officers, you can raise that issue later with your parents or with your family members, but on the scene at the time of a stop is not the time to challenge.
Matthew Horace, the book, The Call, best-selling author, by the way, and CNN law enforcement analyst. Thank you so much for being with us this morning. Take care.
Have a great day, Lynn.